So I think my big lesson over the last couple of years is that product market fit matters above everything else. In other words, if there's an active market that really wants to use what you're doing, it'll put up with a lot of stuff unless there's a very clear alternative. So Twitter was in
That's
this
funny.
magic moment where what it was doing is very unique and defensible. And honestly, I mean, it survived to this day, but
Yeah.
it survived for 20 years as something that wasn't very well run for much of that history.
When you came in, did you guys fix some things there at least?
We fixed so much stuff. So Twitter was in a state where you mentioned the farewell days. Basically, what that was is the site kept going down, and they put up a picture of a very cute whale, like a graphic, and that was their product because you couldn't log in or anything
Yeah.
because the site was down because they
Yeah.
couldn't deal with the traffic. At the same time, when we were bought, they couldn't what's known as deploy code. They couldn't update the website, and they hadn't been updating it for weeks. They just didn't know how to update the code. And so we went in and we fixed that deploy queue. And that was the first, my team was supposed to go and build all this stuff for the ecosystem and
You
developers
just had to
and
fix the
apps,
basics
and
first.
we just had to come in and fix the basics. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a mess.
How long did you stay there?
I was there 2.5 years full time and then another year as an advisor. And my job was basically eventually I became one of the fixers in the company.
What year was that?
We got bought in 2009, and I started off running like search and geo and some other kind of AI centric teams. And then I morphed into this fixer role. We basically had a big reorg internally. And basically what happened is we did kind of a slow motion reorg, which you usually don't want to do, right? So it took like a month to reorg the product org. And Dick asked each person what they want to be doing. And most people said, I want this job or I want that job. And I showed up and I said, well, just tell me what you need me to do, right? Like, it's not about me. It's about helping this company thrive. And so half the team got fired. I got promoted for saying that / acting that way. And then I got kind of pulled into this fixer role. And so I ended up getting involved with M&A, with internationalization.
When there's a problem,
right?
we just need a smart guy to work hard and help the
Yeah,
company.
just jump in, help fix something, maybe help hire in the exec, and then go on and do the next thing.
And I want to ask, just because it's got to be on a lot of people's minds, and I don't want to focus too much on this culture war stuff, but like when Elon bought Twitter and became X, my friends went in there and there were accounts like mine that were like turned down, and it was all this crazy politics, and it was very clear, it was very politicized, and it felt like that might have started more 2014, 2015. Was that going on a little bit when you were there?
No, when I was there, it was actually viewed more as a platform for helping disseminate information for freedom, right?
So it was like
'Cause-
free speech was more on the ascent even back
Oh,
then.
yeah, because it was the Arab Spring was happening on top of Twitter.
Yep.
It was starting to be used as like a news media where I don't know if you remember there was that famous landing of the plane in the river.
Yeah, that was a cool
The
captain.
first photo for that ended up on Twitter. And so it was
Wow.
just emerging as a sort of real-time news